this is one of these local issues that now is on the state's radar. The bill put on hold in committee.
Correct.
First, what are the chances that it ever goes anywhere? A lot of things here end up in sort of this purgatory. What do you think the chances are that this bill makes it out and sees some action? And then we'll get into the merits of the debate here in a few.
Well, I think there's a possibility that it could still get out of committee because there was bipartisan opposition. There could have been bipartisan support. A couple of members of my caucus were kind of wavering a little bit about it. And so there's always that possibility. Also, they asked to try to bring back more counties in support of this. And so I'm going to be remaining extremely vigilant.
The issue, as it strikes me, is there's a mood here in Springfield to let voters have a say against government debt, against governments sort of taking a lot of this on. How much of this argument is people in Rock Island saying, no, we don't need a new courthouse, and how much of this is saying, let the voters decide, don't let the county board do this on their own?
Well, for me, this is totally about the question of letting the voters decide. We haven't actually had a debate about when and if we should have a new courthouse, but we shouldn't be having it here in Springfield. We should be having it back in Rock Island County. And I'd be very happy to engage in the debate. And if Chairman Bonzak and the judges want to run a public campaign in order to be able to get a referendum passed, then let them do so. The statute allows them to do them. Let it do them.
How difficult is it to pass referendums, particularly for public? I mean, I've covered locals. I've seen school referendums fail. People either don't have kids in that district, or they say, you know, my kids go to private school, or my kids don't even go to school here anymore. Is there some of that with, you know, I don't go to court. I'm not a criminal.
Sure.
I don't work at the courthouse. Why the hell do I care if Rock Island has a new courthouse?
Well, Chairman Bonzak himself brought up two local referenda, one that passed, one that failed. One had to do with building schools, the other one had to do with expanding our zoo, which is certainly less essential than the courthouse itself. It actually passed by a wide margin. So it's not impossible to pass referenda in Rock Island County. Let's have the referendum. Let's have the public discussion.
What are you hearing when you go out for breakfast, when you're back home in the district, and you're going to be home later today, or later this weekend?
Hopefully.
What do people, is this governments with attention on each other, or is this something that people who are actually, you know, downtown, this is something that they care about?
Just so that you know, this has been a very short discussion. Only recently have they been trying to bring this up. Representative Verschoor introduced the bill and has tried to move it very quickly. And sometimes when we try to move things too quickly, that's a bad government in and of itself. So when I talk with people, what people are saying is, let's have the discussion publicly. Let's not let a bunch of Springfield legislators make the decision as to whether or not the county board can act on its own. Let the people decide through a public referendum.